I realize that money is a major driver for causing psychotic-like thinking. I had really bothersome experiences today on the internet, and some of this might sound petty at first, but it really does tie into something broader. I interacted with someone on a post about AI and water usage. People seem to care a lot about that, which I think is somewhat reasonable, but it kind of depends because we are constantly engaging in things that waste immensely more water than AI. So it starts to feel like focusing on water in relation to AI is quite suspicious, right? Because, well, the claim is inherently that these people spend their lives really focused on water, but they don't because you can see the contradiction in that they have no awareness of water usage in other domains. Like I brought up that, I don't know, one study found that essentially a burger is like worth the water consumption of 660,000 prompts on ChatGPT. That might be outdated, and it's not considering the training, most likely. But just that alone is like ridiculous. And even when I tried to look into the global water usage for meat production versus AI in general, it's not even close. It's like meat is 25% of the global water usage from what I saw. But no one is worried about that because actually they don't care about water. They're using that instrumentally in the conversation to just attack people online because they're trained to do so, probably by motivated people that have some kind of incentive, right? So like the real incentive might be that artists are panicking at the fact that they think the AI will displace their potential to create art designed to manipulate the populace into buying products under capitalism or something, right? Like that's what's happening, is because the AI might be better at making cheap, quick things that are heartless, soulless things designed to literally manipulate people to buy consumer products. And the artists are like, oh no, I wanted to manipulate people to buy consumer products. That's my destiny. And it's like, but then you'll see like the artist also talking about there's no soul in the AI. We need to manipulate people better and harm them with our capitalist bullshit. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit. A lot of products are amazing. I think people overhype how bad a lot of products are too, but it's complicated and nuanced. But in my anger, I'm exaggerating it because I want people to empathize with my frustration, right? So that's my bias incentive. But here, it's like people are so biased that in this conversation, when I brought up the meat thing, I am told that it is essentially irrelevant to the topic at hand. But if you really dissect it, what is the topic at hand? The topic at hand was AI usage and water. So, I mean, why does AI matter? AI is essentially arbitrary until you find a reason that it matters, right? Like people think it matters because it's useful, or they think it matters because it's wasting our water. And in this conversation, it's wasting our water. So the topic isn't really AI. AI is literally arbitrary. The topic is what matters. What matters? They said it was water usage because that can impact our lives, right? But then if you stick to that topic and say, oh, there's actually things that have immensely more impact on water, and then you'll be told it's irrelevant because actually the topic is AI. But why is the topic AI? Why does AI matter? Oh, because it's water usage. But it's lying. It's literally lying. And it's like people are going around constantly literally lying about every topic. Everything is completely just lying. And I guess we're supposed to like not be hard on them because they're not experts or professionals trying to be right about anything. But actually they're trying to claim that they're right so that they can manipulate any audience or commenter to influence reality. Like that's what's happening. And it gets weird, like, well, I'm frustrated that, I don't know if this is related, but after this conversation, it seemed like I lost like maybe 5 followers. Usually it just doesn't move for the most part. But then if I engage in something heated like that, it'll move. And this was on a different platform. It doesn't matter. And it's not like I particularly care about that, but the implication of that is that people are like, they're like, oh no, this person is not playing the game correctly, so I'm going to unfollow. And it's like the implication is that status is not based on trying to adhere to truth or anything about reality. It's literally about being like a psychopath and manipulating people in these weird, disgusting clout games. Even when I say that, that's probably a clout game, which sucks. I'm brainwashed. You're brainwashed. We're all brainwashed. And I hate it. So what do we do? Do we just like start making it so no one can talk about these topics? Like I wish it could be as simple as just calling people out for this. And I did. I called this person out. They were being responsive. I actually thought they're trying decently hard to be reasonable. It was an engineer, by the way. It sucks. Like, even the engineers are stupid as hell, right? Like, literally, it pisses me off. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, it bothers me because I feel like I should be able to think like, oh, an engineer. They should be reasonable. And it said teacher on their profile. So an engineer and a teacher. Well, it said ex-engineer, just to be clear. Maybe their like brain is like melting from aging or something. I don't know. But it's crazy. And it's like this person probably has more power in life than me. That's what's crazy about it, right? Like, it's like power has had no correlation for being right or adhering to reality in ways that could actually manifest change. That's the state we're in. It's like now there's all this like kind of quasi-nepotistic patterns manifesting in society based on their relational association to different power structures that have no connection to sanity or the ability to make a good reality for everyone else. Not to say that I have no idea if I would be able to do that. I mean, whether or not I'm able to do that depends on how much power people give me, right? And I always like to think, like, maybe if I can just prove myself that that I can accurately observe reality in ways that has consequences, like paying attention to the consequential reality of all the implications of things. But it doesn't seem like that's how it works. It seems like, well, I would have to find a way to manipulate the hell out of people using all these like psychological bullshit tricks and scale my way into power that way. And I hate it. I literally hate it. Because it's like I literally would have to compromise adherence to reality. And the more I do that, I would find myself in the power structures that would start to probably blackmail me and threaten me if I were to ever contradict the narratives that they are invested in to maintain their delusional descent into horrifying consequences, right? Like let's say oil companies or something. I don't know, that's a little bit tricky. I think, obviously when we're talking about energy, it can't just be like, oh, the energy has bad consequences on the environment. You'd have to measure like, I don't know, like the risks of damaging the environment to the point that can we use the energy to get there fast enough to not need this energy source anymore? But then there's stuff like, I don't know, I've seen supposedly with a tiny amount of land of solar power, you'd be able to power like everything in the whole United States or something. So it's like, I don't know, it just gets weird because then like the oil companies probably heavily try to stop that from happening because it'll ruin their lives. So it's like money is like driving mass psychosis contagion experiments from oil companies probably, like where they're blackmailing to ruin people's lives if they don't adhere to the narrative. Like, what the hell? Like, we're cooked in a way. Like, what do we do? Like, money causes psychosis. That was the whole point of this, right? My little catchy phrase at the beginning of the video. But I don't know. I'm still optimistic in some ways, but I don't know why. I just want to be. I guess I think maybe if I talk about this fairly overtly, there could be some hope. I don't really know. What do you think? That'll be the end of this transmission. Let's make it cute and fancy. Yeah, I guess have a good day, and let's try to dismantle the insanity before us. I think really the more people are just aware of this, it would inevitably crush the system. Because it's like, a lot of the problem is that the very bottom of the hierarchy is people, I know that was supposed to be the end of the video, but whatever. The bottom of the hierarchy is people literally like uneducated and brainwashed by people trying to maintain their own survival at the top. That's kind of like an unjustified, outdated mode of survival. Like the more outdated it becomes based on the technological progress and intellectual progress of the time, it starts to challenge destroying the old systems. But then the old systems have a lot of power that they can influence throughout this entire hierarchy downstream. And the more uneducated the bottom is, it's kind of protective to the top because then they could just educate them with the false information. But I think the internet has the potential to dismantle all of that. And maybe we are there. I hope so. Let's fix everything. Let's fix it. This is our chance before they do mass censorship.